There are relationships and friendships that my old bands have made on previous sites simply because we wrote people back and responded that we still carry to this day, a decade after the band is done. Building those authentic interactions goes such a long way in building the kind of fan base you really want to have. The other thing that I also look at when I'm looking at online presence is making sure that, as they say, the math is mathing. And if you've got a ton of followers on a particular site, but then I don't see the interactions, or I see that you've got, say, 100,000 followers on Instagram and your posts all have 20 likes and 4 comments, that tells me something's up. I'm very hesitant to work with an act that does things like that because I don't know necessarily what they're bringing to the table if they're willing to fudge numbers. One thing that you can really do to make your EPK stand out compared to other people's, beyond anything you can do visually with it in terms of colors or design, is keeping it to one page. It's the same mistake a lot of people make on job resumes when they make them super, super long. Most of the time with a resume, it's being read by a bot. So you just want to be bullet points. With booking and with venues and with A&R, you're still getting looked at and read at by a live person, but they're still also having the workload of having to go through multiples of these every day. You want to make sure that it's easy for them to read and to understand what you're about, where they can click on something and it takes you to their video, to their direct contact. You want to make it as efficient as possible. I know that there are some tools available online for building EPKs that some services offer. I think it's actually very worthwhile to build your own, which sounds daunting at first, but it's really not too difficult. If you have any experience using a basic graphic design system like Canva, for example, there are things you can do on there where you can convert things to PDFs, you can attach links,